So Jyotsna, how about we start with just a little introduction, where you are, what you do, just a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I am a success mindset coach. I'm also a rapid transformational therapist and a hypnotherapist. I live in East London with my husband and my little boy. And yeah, that's kind of, when I joined the TIR journey.
Beautiful. I'm just writing notes because, later on we need to fill in the blanks when we're posting this
Sure,
in our
sure.
Facebook community. So I needed to kind of take down all the business name. Success Mindset Coach and RTTP Therapist.
RTT therapist, because
Oh,
RTTP is, yeah, practitioner, and I'm a therapist. Yeah.
See, that's why attention to detail. Thank you so much. So, Jyotsna, tell us a little bit about what was going on for you when we came together and what inspired you to join the mentorship.
Great. So when I joined TIR, I was still freelancing in my corporate job, and I had been working on building my coaching business on the side since last year. I was working with a coach, and I was applying some of the strategies that I had learned, but I wasn't getting the results I had expected.
Yeah.
My clients were coming very inconsistently, and I didn't really have the confidence in what I was doing, despite on paper I had a coach before, and I was also applying some of those strategies. I'd also made some silly mistakes because I was very much looking outwards for someone to help me. And despite being a coach, sometimes it's very hard to be objective on yourself and see what your blind spots are. So when I came across TIR, I was in that mental headspace where I was not feeling very confident. I was doing the things, but again, my intention and what I was feeling about what I was doing wasn't quite there.
Yes. So inconsistent results. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So why don't we just go right into the magic? What's the biggest shifts that you've seen so far? What are your biggest wins?
So I've had lots of big wins. I'll start with my first biggest win. I think what TIR and your mentorship has taught me is to trust myself and be in touch with my intuition.
Yeah.
As I just said, I was always looking outwards for answers, for solutions, but I didn't quite understand that I was trying to be in that businesswoman identity, but I hadn't quite made the shift. I hadn't quite embodied
Yeah.
that fully.
Yeah.
Anything that I was doing, there was a lot of self-doubt.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting success. In fact, I was not expecting much. I wasn't sure if I didn't have that confidence or belief in myself that what I'm doing is right, or is it going to work? And there was a lot of those questions. So TIR has really given me that immense self-belief in myself, and also putting me in touch with my intuitions. It made me reflect that over the last 6 months, I was making not the best decisions. And I also understood why I was making the decisions that I did before, and why I was getting the results that I was getting. So I think that was the first biggest shift, because I started with the self-image module, confidence module, which was amazing. And once I got that belief, I really started to act on my intuition. And with your guidance, I started to take those actions guided by my intuition. And that's where I have had my biggest results, which is last month, I made 8K in my business, from a transitioning business, from working as a freelancer, trying to move into a full-time coaching business. This was the first time I made 8K, which is equivalent to my corporate income. And so this has been a massive confidence boost. I'm very pleased about that. And like I said, it's the mindset work coupled with your guidance, because, you helped me steered along lots of questions, around strategy as well, how to, so you helped me navigate through that success as well. But I think at the end of the day, we're all here to make an impact and be rewarded for it. And for me to achieve that 8K in my business was a big deal, because I realized that, yes, I can help people transform lives, do something that I'm proud of, and make money that will give me the other joys of life that, we all work for.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're just such a good speaker.
Thank you.
I'm taking notes. This is just like, sometimes I'm learning from our clients how to express what we're actually doing. But what you just said, I'm actually just gonna quote it because it was so good. When we are making an impact, we are deserving to be rewarded. And I also believe that we deserve to have a good life. We deserve to have time for ourselves, for our loved ones, for travel, live a beautiful life while we're making an impact, because, we're helping people change their lives. What about us?
Exactly. Yeah.
So good. Oh, I tell you,
It's been amazing for me to have that experience to just, okay, this is what my life is going to be like. This is what I worked so hard for.
Yeah, beautiful. And Jyotsna, so these are beautiful results outside. I know you mentioned a little bit of inside transformation already, but what do you think is the biggest difference between Jyotsna today, Jyotsna starting out? I know you mentioned a little bit, so it might be repetition, but I'm just curious what comes to mind.
So, so this version of Jyotsna compared to the previous version, it's definitely that embodiment of my future self.
Yeah.
From it, my success and who I wanted to be seemed a bit distant. And I feel now that I am becoming her more and more because, I will still continue to transform. This is beginning of my journey. And she has a lot of self-belief. She has learned to train her mind to expect success, but also handle setbacks in a way that doesn't affect her performance in how she feels or thinks about herself and how she acts and reacts and shows up in her business. So there's immense self-belief and tremendous amount of optimism. And apart from the confidence is this optimism that, yes, what I want is available to me. And it's all about what you talk about, the inside out. So it's having this self-belief that actually I'm in control of my outcomes. I can influence my results by working on myself, by trusting myself and taking the right action, building those habits that are going to further help me embody, as I sort of evolved in this journey. Yeah.
So good. Yes. Probably what you just said is the biggest thing that is missing for new entrepreneurs, the belief and trust in yourself. And that just moves mountains. So you mentioned, and this is what I hear time and time again, you mentioned that you already worked with coach and maybe even multiple of them. And sometimes our participants are like worried, like, am I going to get results from working with Eva? Would you be able to share like what's the difference between like what was the kind of elements of doing this that helped you actually see results?
Yeah, so I will give a brief background because when I joined you, I had a lot of doubts and apprehensions because like any business owner, you're thinking about return on investment. And I had done those things, invested in myself, in the business, but I wasn't getting that return on investment. I was trying to transition from my corporate job into this. So financial constraint was really big on my mind. But after I've joined, again, it's been that mindset shift, how we view investments, how we attract success, how to still make those decisions, even though you feel the fear, because we talk about the paradigm, and the old paradigm was, well, I'm not making any money, so why would I invest in more? But then I had to really shift my mindset, which is, this is like a seed that I've planted. I have to water it. I have to nurture it, and then it will start to give results. And I have to be just a bit more patient. but also having learned from my previous mistakes, this just felt good because you encouraged me to tap into my intuition. And initially I struggled with that, but as I quietened that noise and asked myself, if not this, then what else? And all the conversations we had were great, but it was difficult for me to overcome that. But I did. The good thing about me is once I make the shift, I don't look back, I don't regret, I just look forward. So really thankful to you for helping me make that mindset shift. And this is why TIR is so different, because before we go to strategy, because I was doing the strategy, but I wasn't getting the results because my mindset was still not in the right place. So the focus of TIR is absolutely bang on, which is you have to work on your inner world, on your inner self, so that you can then go and do those amazing things. So that's been like the biggest learning for me in TIR. That's what's so different, your teachings and everything that's part of the training.
And the thing is, you are an action taker. You are someone who does the work. You probably had some strategic training before and you are doing, but it's actually so frustrating not getting the results that you think you should be getting after you're doing.
Yeah.
And you just, as I said, you're just an amazing speaker. I love how
Thank
you
you.
put things into words. It actually helps me even express. But doing strategy and not getting results, literally, this is where the mindset comes in. And it's the blind spots that many people don't know about. What inside my mindset is actually stopping me from executing this strategy with success? Because when you're doing, well, you should be getting results, right? And if you're not getting results, then there is some sort of mental programming, some thinking and behavioral patterns that are in the way. And this is what we do here. We help you uncover them, change them. And I love also that you shared, we help you connect with intuition, because I think that the worst thing to do for an entrepreneur is to be told you have to do this strategy.
Yeah.
And then you have resistance and you don't get results. But when you tap into your intuition, it's like you pick what serves you. And I've seen this with you. You were like, okay, here I got guidance. I molded it through my intuition. Oh, I feel drawn to this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And we saw beautiful how your income just unfolded from those inspired intuitive ideas. Love it, love it, love it. So well done. So we have participants. You actually, and thank you also for sharing your concerns when you were joining us. I think many people think this way, especially when they invested prior to this and they didn't see results. So we have multiple participants watching us right now, and we know where the mind is. Do it, don't do it. I feel that they can help me, but here's my concerns. What would be your best tips how to make the best decision for themselves and their goals?
Definitely, because I used my intuition and you guided me into that. You supported me through that. I think from a mindset point of view, with my own background, I kind of knew that that was actually indeed my issue, because I was taking the actions, but I was doubting them. I was second guessing myself. And of course, I wasn't showing up with confidence. I wasn't doing the things I was doing with confidence, whether it was prospecting, whether it was my content on social media. It was all like, oh, I don't know, what am I doing? So it's the mindset bit which kind of made the biggest difference. So if you're someone who's really struggling and you've done all the things, or you're even starting out, doesn't really matter. But I would say that this is a really key investment. This is one of those investments where you will get that return for your, money. Because anything that we learn is just for life. It's something that you can forever, keep within you. And it's always going to be that inner compass to always guide you. Other takeaways, like there's so many takeaways, like the modules are just absolutely amazing. Your supporting modules are amazing. There isn't any area that you haven't covered. You have such in-depth knowledge from your personal experience as well. And I think that's super valuable, because, you've always been guiding us, because you've made that journey yourself. So you're speaking from experience rather than someone just telling you what to do. You've actually walked the walk. And so, you're really able to guide us in that way. So, so if you want to build tremendous confidence and really, really have that innate belief in you to achieve your goals, then TIR is absolutely right for you, because it has to be, there's lots of strategists out there and we can do all of that. But until we solve the mindset piece and shift our paradigms, our thinking, our behaviors, we can only expect mediocre results. So I think for phenomenal results, I think this is a phenomenal coaching and mentoring program.
Thank you so much. And one of my biggest passions is to fulfill my dreams and teach from experience. You just touched upon it, because I think one thing to teach is from what you've learned, and another from actually doing it. When you have done it, you just know all the fears, all the challenges, all the blind spots, it's like, the shortcuts. So thank you so much for bringing this up. So I think I'm just going to solidify what Jyotsna said here. If you're watching this and you are taking actions and you're doing the do's and you're not breaking through that income ceiling, or you're not seeing the results that you should be getting, then it's definitely mind. It's definitely the blind spots, and it's not superficial mindset. Sometimes you go to business coaches and they say, I will teach you mindset. They teach you how to change how you think about sales, but they don't teach you the deep-rooted beliefs that are blocking you right now from taking successful actions and seeing the income and the clients that you deserve. And they don't help you uncover that. It's not deep enough, right? So if you're doing the do's and you're not seeing the monetary results that you should be seeing, it's definitely how the mind is programmed. And this is where a qualified, experienced coach can help you identify these blind spots quickly, and also give you the shortcuts to change these into the mental and behavioral habits of a successful entrepreneur in your industry, and also give you these additional thinking and behavioral habits, like connecting with your intuition, Jyotsna. I mean, I deeply believe that this is quantum leap for every entrepreneur, because most entrepreneurs, they're trying to do what strategists teach them to do, instead of asking themselves what feels right, what am I drawn to, and following that, because they don't believe in themselves, right? So it's very important to learn this and learn new thinking and behavioral habits of successful entrepreneurs that you would have when you're running successful business. And then you just keep quantum leaping and sharing the good news. So congratulations, Jyotsna. And if you guys feel inspired, I'm certainly super inspired. I'm like, woohoo, this is so good that we brought Jyotsna online. If you feel inspired to join us, like, imagine spending time with women and men like Jyotsna and I. It's just extreme results, and so much fun as well, fulfilling your dreams. So the link is in the description of the video. Make sure that you make a decision from what feels right, not what does your mind tell you, because the mind will tell you to do what keeps you where the mind wants you to be, the same habit of earning. Just ask yourself, do I feel that they can help me reach my goal? Where do I want to be in next 6 to 12 months? And that's where you make decision from. This is your inner compass that Jyotsna beautifully shared about, your intuition, which always knows. And when you're inside the program, I will help you and guide you to tap to your intuition for inspired ideas, actionable steps, and the right strategies that will move you towards your C-type goal. So guys, make the best decision. Thank you so much, Jyotsna. I really appreciate you. This has been beautiful. And you should be a motivational speaker, because you speak so beautifully.
Thank you. Oh, well, I'm looking into it now. So I enjoy sharing my stories and just talking to people. So it sounds good.
Yeah, totally. That's definitely your zone of genius. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Eva. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.